For Christ's sake, it just doesn't stop. I told you it was the fighting game golden age. I told you. Why else would I, Waifu Belector, the only fair human on earth, be here again so soon? Fighting game news just doesn't stop. I'm doing too many fighting game videos because yesterday during the Xbox Game Showcase, we saw the reveal of none other than an Invincible fighting game. That's right, Invincible. The hit indie comic series, the Prime Video show, that Invincible is getting a fighting game. So let's talk about this because I have some thoughts, a few of which might land me in hot water, but I'm just gonna keep it honest regardless. So, okay, like I said, this new Invincible fighting game has been revealed. It's called Invincible Versus, and it's being developed by Skybound Games and Quarter Up. And during this gameplay reveal, we had it confirmed that this is not only another fighting game, but it is yet another tag-based fighting game. A 3v3 to be exact. And this is just absolutely ridiculous. There are so many of these coming. But anyway, my immediate impressions of this game are that it looks okay. It looks pretty good, but it does look early. But that's fine because the game still has potentially over a year before it releases sometime in 2026. But okay, let's stop pussyfooting. Let's really get into this. Invincible versus 2XKO and Tokon Fighting Souls are all coming out in the relatively near future. Not in that order. So I'll say this. Everybody isn't gonna live. Everybody isn't gonna eat. At least not well. There, I said it. No one else wants to say it. I said it. You think 3 versus style tag fighters are gonna come out and all do well and have longevity and peacefully coexist? My friend, you are crazy. Someone will be utterly devoured by their competition. This I promise. And I'm scared it might be Invincible Versus. However, it might not. It's a little hard to say who exactly will live a short life and die. But I can tell you who it won't be. Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. Call it a hunch, but I think the Arxis tag fighter game starring Marvel characters, both familiar and unfamiliar to fighting games, is gonna do pretty well. But as for Invincible Versus and 2XKO, well, let's talk about it. Because they both have strengths and weaknesses, and this is funny. 2 tag fighting games would have been fine. I believed that 2XKO and Fighting Souls could exist at the same time and both succeed. But 3? Sorry dude, not gonna happen. So let's talk Invincible first, because they're the new talk of the town. So don't kill me, but the aesthetic. I don't love it. I don't hate it, but it's not Fighting Souls, it's not 2XKO. It's certainly less attractive to look at. It's kind of giving this expensive mobile game look, almost like if Marvel Contest of Champions had been developed now instead of 10 years ago or whatever. I don't know, it just doesn't look great, but it doesn't look bad. It looks alright to me. Just to me, that's just what I think, okay? Relax. I mean, even their stages. The stages are very bare, nothing striking or cool. You know, I just think if you were just to eyeball these games and play one based on which looked more quality, you'd pick 2XKO. I also kind of wonder about the roster a little bit. Again, we just talked about this. A 3v3 fighting game, you can't really have a small amount of characters, but Invincible doesn't really feel super rich with characters, at least not ones that matter. I mean, already on the roster for this game, we've got that lady Viltrumite with the knife in her braid. I can't even remember her fucking name. And is the fat black guy Viltrumite also a playable character? I don't know. Whatever. A lot of characters are just Viltrumites or Viltrum-like, meaning I fly, I strong, I punch. You know, like Immortal and Bulletproof. And I wonder if they grab comic characters who haven't shown up or maybe haven't done much yet in the show. Do they just spoil stuff and say, fuck it, read the comics? Or do they hold off and not use certain characters until they appear in the show? I don't know. Still, the roster stuff is kind of interesting. I'm sure they'll be fine. They'll add Alan and Monster Girl and Robot and Battle Beast and everything will be fine. But I'm just saying, really, despite whatever roster size they might end up with, they're probably gonna be winning in that department, based on how few characters 2XKO is launching with. But because Invincible Versus releases in 2026, depending on the post-launch schedule of 2XKO, they could end up with maybe 4 or 5 more characters on top of their launch 10, but we'll see. And these two games are fighting the same battle, but completely different tactics, right? With 2XKO doing the whole free-to-play thing and Invincible presumably not. But I did read that these are a lot of the same devs who were on Killer Instinct, and that was a free-to-play thing, even if it wasn't the best. So who really knows? Now here's a boon that Invincible has that shouldn't be ignored in this discussion. Gore. While it does very little for me in generating enjoyment from something, your average individual absolutely loves it. Whether it subconsciously gets their attention or they actively desire it, gore fucking works. Can't beat some good old bloody violence. And there's really no one else relevant in fighting games doing that except for Mortal Kombat. And while it's true NetherRealm just make dope fighting games, it's also true that the gore and violence is a huge part of the franchise's success. Now, in a time where the latest MK offering wasn't so good and has ended, a brand new bloody fighting game with characters people know from a TV show may be just what people want. Me personally, I'm indifferent to gore. It doesn't excite me, it doesn't make me like things. I don't think anything necessarily needs it, not to say they shouldn't have it. It's just I don't see the need necessarily. But when it's there, I don't mind it at all, and I just hope it's cool. It's just a direction and tone thing, and gore isn't an aspect that I typically care too much about one way or the other. But yeah, the masses are not me, and there is a decent chance that a lot of people will like this game regardless of game quality because you can punch a dude's head into pulp. And I want to be clear, we don't truly know the game's quality yet. It could be amazing, it could be kinda trash. But when it comes to Invincible Versus and 2XKO, I think it comes down to how these games can fail potentially, because there's really two big options. There's dead on arrival, and there's the slow decline. Like I said, one of these games is not gonna fucking make it. We are not playing 3 of these, we just aren't, that's the truth. And if 2XKO is the one to fail, I think they'll fail with a slow decline, because Riot Games is very prepared to support this game for a long time. And if things aren't going well in the beginning, I promise you they'll stay committed for quite a while and attempt to bring it back up. They won't just give up at the first sign of adversity. But if Invincible fails, I think it's a quick burnout. I actually think it's the type of burnout that won't even technically count as a failure. Not to the publisher anyway, follow me here. I think if it failed, it would quote unquote fail the same way something like Nicktoons Brawl did. Remember when everybody pretended to want to play that and then we came back to reality in a week? Yeah, I could see that happening here if Invincible Versus were to fail, except maybe something a little more genuine, kinda like Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, where we all knew it wouldn't be that good, but you love the IP, you have your fun for a week, maybe even 2, and then we all get over it. But they made their money, so you'll probably get another one eventually. That's what might happen to Invincible Versus, and I'm saying might. I'm very deliberate with my wording. I'm saying that could happen, not that it definitely will, because for all I know, a little later we might see more of this game and it looks way fucking sicker, and then it comes out, plays sick as hell. All that could be. And yeah, I like Invincible. I never read Invincible, but I started watching the show when it debuted, and it was really good. And I think it's gotten better every season, personally. There is a lot of stuff from the comics that I already know and have been aware of, but it doesn't ruin anything for me. Whatever though. I'm just saying, I hope this game comes out and is a cool game. It looks cool now. I don't think it looks amazing, but I do think it looks pretty cool. The important thing here, this is what's important, listen to me, no matter what the FGC says, I don't care. Do not listen to them. No matter what they say, the truth is, we are not playing all 3 of these games. Not to the point that they will all have longevity and success. One of these games is going to eat shit. That's the truth. And it's either Invincible or 2XKO, because Fighting Souls will be just fine. I'm telling you something. So choose to live in fairyland if you want, but I'm telling you something. And you know what? I just want to say this real quick. I wish Invincible Versus was a 1v1. I wish it was a one-on-one fighting game. I'd prefer that. I really would. And I think that that one single change would allow all 3 of these games to live, honestly. But whatever, it is what it is. Oh, and also another real quick, stop including Nen Impact, that Hunter x Hunter game. Stop including that when you talk about all the tag fighters. That game is a cash grab and a joke, okay? Just stop. Okay, I'm sorry, that was mean. True as it may be, it was mean, and I'm sorry. Anyway, let me know what you think. Are you excited for Invincible Versus? How excited are you? And here's the real question to answer in the comments. In order, what are you most hyped for out of 2XKO, Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls, and Invincible Versus? Put your hype order in the comments. I want to see. But yeah, that's all. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to give it a like and consider subscribing for more good gaming talk. I don't just talk about fighting games, even though I've been doing a lot of that lately. Anyway though, until next time, I am Waifu Collector. I am just a normal guy. I like hentai, and I love me some fighting games. Goodbye.